Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. This is the channel of Chad Brown. Over here is on YouTube. I've just put up 2,000 videos, and in those 2,000 videos I've got 41,000 views here. Let's go ahead and get a zoom up on that. Oops. There we go. There we go. 41,000 views. Video manager. 41 subscribers. In there, there's the brothers in that type of sense of Final Fantasy. And here, there's videos. And here is my video manager. And then right there, oh, I clipped it again. Yeah. Is 2,000 videos. And you can see that here. And that's there for the videos with my subscribers. So let's go ahead and put that there. It's going to join the Gladiator Guild. Thinking of warriors or suburban warriors, economists, joining a guild made me think of the turn of the century and video in the video sense of people being involved in the turn of the century. So let's go ahead and back up here to here. Turn of the century is 1999 to 2000. Oops. And here. There. There we go. And that's 2000, and that's with the current YouTube videos. And that's 1999 in a year to 2001, the year after 2000 for us in the year terms. Which is not in that type of thing the same thing. That's year, and that's 1999, and that's 2000 and 2001. Now, from that, in that turn of that time, we have been waiting to make all our consumers of the market equal. Okay, let's go here and here. Let's back me up a little bit here. And whoa, easy. Okay. Then we have men and women. And this is $1. And this is a tune out of 78 cents on the dollar. You know, so that they can fix the consumer price index. And holy stuff. So now, to fix the CPI that is here, they'll get a man to do it for $1 out of a out of $1 in that needs. Let's go here, insert, sheet, and that's there, and that is there, and that is there. So in that fix here, they get a man to do it for $1 out of $1. But for a woman to fix the index, she can help the economy by doing 78 cents out of $1. Yeah. That's our concept in the 2000 turn of the century. Our concept is to give a woman 78 cents out of $1 on our consumer price index here in this year. In this year of 2001-2000. Best we've done. So we're now looking at factors concerning that. What is it? Some would say that that's not exactly current, you know. Let's go here and Patricia Arquette and plus women equal equality. Let's go, and here she was in there calling for equal pay there at the Oscars in 2015. And you're like, well, that wasn't recent, you know, it's not year 2015 now, and that means she was talking about the $1.78 on the dollar here for the year 2015, 14 years after the turn of the century, or 15 years after the turn of the century, from 2000 to 2001. So, in that is an agreement for sure. It's 2015 minus 2001, the turn of the century that we're looking at, that's 14 years. If you're looking at it from 2000 to 2015, it's 15 years. It's the same answer. And that's here from 2000 to 2015, or from 2000 to 2000 here, 2000, 2001, from 2015, that's 14 years, and in that one is 15 years here, and in that one, it's also 15 years there. That's so it is not. Don't you hate your man, that's for sure. See you later. So you might ask yourself, what other concepts do we have? Because we don't have a US dollar in there or something of that nature. That's a US dollar, but you know, in the age of digital, using cards, there's no such thing as using a dollar like in a coin machine or sorting machine or something like that. No such thing. Dollar, because you use a card. Sorting machine. And those things really don't occur here. In that region. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Wow. But that wouldn't work. And those are the way you said to keep the dollar in there, just like your card. Never used to work in that means, which it did. Really did. So in that, he's a genius. And that's minimum wage. Strangely enough, in that, paying on that $1.78 on the dollar, here, we have the minimum wage laws there, and from minimum wage Wikipedia, and from that McDonald's and raising the wage, I'm not sure what it's currently at, here, I want to say it's $7.25 now. But someone say that that's a poor thing. Wow. And it's not. Now the minimum wage here, I want to say $7.25, but I'm not sure where it is. Let's do state minimum wage. Yeah, that's it. Easy with that. That's the state of Missouri is $7.65, $8.25 in Illinois. That is $7.50 in Maine, $9.15 in Vermont. California is $9. Texas is $7.25, and Florida is $8.05. So it's ripping off America having minimum wage as a per hour. Oh my God. So it's 78 cents on the dollar. Let's go here. Not sure if I can find that. That's per cent. Expression as fraction. Is that one? That's probably as close as we're going to get right now. Here, you usually put that 100 on the bottom. So in that, we want to find 78% of something. Here, it's going to always equal 7,800 or something like that. Let's go 78, and then it's here, and divided by 100. Oops, there. So 78 divided by 100 equals 78 divided by 100, and that's 0.78 is the answer. And from that answer, 0.78 here times the 765, and I need to take that, Control C that, here, equal that, put that there. Oops, 0.78 times 765 is $5.97. Yeah. So now, in fixing the minimum wage, in that, a man is making $7.65 an hour. A woman doing the same job, except for getting per diem of what they're Westinghouse doing in there, is $5.97 an hour. I misspelled that. And they do it twice. And let's go here. That's insert shape. And let's go here. And let's do there. And that's insert shape. And let's take this 78 here. And Control C, Control V. And here to there. And go green on that, because that did not agree with that. Here. And to here. So, that's 78 divided by 100 over 0.78, going to 78 times 765 an hour, making $5.97 an hour. So that's $7.65 an hour for a man, and $5.97 an hour for a woman to fix the consumer price index. Now, in that study, when we pulled the 765 here, here, and 725 in Texas, I think it's 765 in Missouri. You should not think, you should know things in there. Now, that's sheet 2. Sheet 1. Did I prove minimum wage or per diem? I don't think I did. That's minimum wage by state on there. Okay. And what is minimum wage here? That's to here, and that is correct. $7.65 an hour in Missouri. Wow. Now the other one is per diem here, and being concerned in that with the Wikipedia answer per diem, and that's here per diem per day for each day as daily allowance or expenses, and we've proven that was 78% for a woman. Let's go back here in that. I'm not sure if that's in Latin or not. Okay, forget that. And let's go here. Okay, so we need to look at our 765 there and here. Should have proposed that differently. And that was 765. Gotta go here. There. Ah, okay. So that's 765, but a woman isn't at 765 at 100% of it. She's at 78 out of $1 on it, I think that means, which is 78 out of 100. Yeah. And that's to 0.78, which is 0.78 times 765 for 78% of it for $5.97, which gives her the 765 value. Yeah. Which is definitely wrong by any standard, because that's 100% there, and that's 78% here, and that's a man here and a woman here. Yeah. Holy stuff. And that 765 is at 100 type thing, that means, and then the 597 is also for 178. Ew. Wow. Reasoning for it, yeah, which wasn't a good base in that means. Yeah, that's right. Now, let's take a salary here in the same equivalent, 72,000 or 72. I believe they still pay women minimum wage at $7.65 an hour without any discrepancy. But if they become salary, the difference. So that example really don't hold type thing that means. That's 72,000 and 72,000, base 72,000 and 72,000. Reason with the id, ego, or super ego of Freudian logic is 43,000 per diem or 76,000 per diem for a man, in that increase or equal pay type thing of 72 being equal to 76 and 72 for a woman being equal to 53 from the per diem perspective of someone who's not masochistic. Or misogynistic, sorry. And in that reason can extend to that it could be 72,000 versus infinite, and so if we're going to consider a woman making any money, that she should make just infinite money. Or in that type of sense, if a woman was going to make any money versus the per dollar, then we shouldn't have any monetary system for them to consider. Or in that, a workable start would be to pay them 53,000 out of the 72,000, so that we could say that we actually paid them money in that means. Or in that type of sense, we might as well overshoot and just give them 116,000 out of 72,000, as much as saying that it's infinite, and that way 116,000 would be the 72,000 of their base pay of 72,000, and at least they would be making more than what you were saying to thing, which they are worth definitely in making more of that. So in raising the minimum wage, if we want to say that for a woman or man, if it was $7.65, a woman should make like $10.50 in a minimum wage, or maybe 20 or something like that in that type of sense. Or she could just make the $7.65 she was guaranteed. How about that? Or there could be more proof or effort per diem that she was in the 72,000, and therefore that base would not have to be worried about being exceeded in. Yeah. All these things out of an alphabet of an A, B to C to D to E to F reasoning to G reasoning, which is not a whole alphabet letter, could not be given in criteria to explain a 72,000 as 72,000 other than per diem. So we shouldn't change it. So Patricia Arquette is very right. Just not in association right. Thank you for listening to me. This has been Chad Brown. Gone to University of Missouri-Rolla. It's formerly that. It's now the Missouri School of Science Technology. And gone to Keller graduate. Got a master's degree in project management from Keller, engineering management from Rolla, and a master's in business administration when I'm working on there. And they're good at what they do. But just something to consider in an Excel sense of per diem, that our base is not equal to the expression that all of these women actresses have kept showing up to say. I think Molly just said it in that means, but Patricia said it at the awards ceremony. And women equality here. She also probably meant women in general. Yeah. Need more equality, but I believe she also meant their base pay. Yeah. If you could even believe that was something that was. It's our time to have wage equality once and for all, and equal rights for women in the United States of America. Patricia Arquette. And she said the word wage. See? Wage equality. Yeah, wage. Yep. Definitely wage. Alright, thank you, Patricia. And thank you, America, and thank you, world. Alright. Have a great one out there.